Hello everyone, it's Phil from the Conservative News channel here. Actually, I was just thinking something came to mind. I saw a video or whatever, I forget what it was, but about definitions of three things. A lot of the Occupy movement has a thing that they think the sheeple are this or whatever they think they are, but they think it's that. I'll give you a definition of the sheepdog. Sheep. Sheep are people who don't prepare. They don't get ready. They're not ready to do something. They're more likely to be victims of crime, victims of whatever, um, of circumstance. Sheepdogs. Okay, I'll link a video, not fancy, great on the sheepdog concept. He can go through the theories a lot better than I can. He knows a bit better than I do, but this is basically my take on that whole concept. My thoughts on the definitions of it. Okay, the sheep are average citizens, average Joe Blow off the street. Can't not much of anything. The sheepdog. Actually, I shouldn't go with sheepdog yet. Okay, I'll go with wolves. Wolves are your criminal elements, which these liberal-minded people, left-minded people try to protect. Actually, the book I'm reading right now, you'll get the book. 1 minute. Okay. Uh, this book here, Tactical TRU, Tactics and Rescue Unit, Last Resort in Policing by Andrew F. Maximichuk. Sorry if I mispronounced the name. Um, Very good book. I've almost done it. Actually, got the book yesterday, and I have maybe two, 3 chapters to go. I'm done. I'm just doing a review on the whole book. But he literally states in the book, ironically enough, proves my point in a lot of this issue. I recommend that book for you. You won't be able to find it in a lot of the big stores. A lot of the smaller stores you'll be able to find it. Independent shops. But the thing is, you have to know where to go. I'll post links to where you can order the book. It's from General Store Publishing House from Renfrew, Canada, Renfrew, Ontario. I'll post the email, the address, the website in the comments, in the description. But overall, I can tell you this right now. There's 3 classifications of people: your sheep, sheepdog, and wolves. Wolves are your criminals, your murderers, your rapists, all this. Okay, but they're only for, I think, 80% of the situations. A lot of them, case in point, a lot of them are basically people like your fire, EMS, your doctors, and your police, and your military guys. They're mostly sheepdogs, I'm going to tell you, are going to be one of those categories. Either medical, EMS, fire, police, military. Basically, emergency service workers. Okay? Put it at that. Your emergency service workers in the military. So, I mean, it's kind of, I find it ironic. People like the Occupy movement and all these people are trying to say, "Oh, we're the sheepdog. The sheeple are us." It's like, well, yeah, you're right. You are, but you're also stating it in a way that makes really not much sense to people understand the concept. I forget the book. I think it's Dave Grossman. I believe it's Dave Grossman who initially came up with the concept of the sheepdog concept. Which means ordinary citizens like me, you, whoever, we come up on a situation. Let's say it's a car accident, for example. I'll use a car accident, for example. It's a common one that we're more likely to face in Canada, or anywhere really, in civilized world. Um, okay, you see people standing around doing nothing, just looking at it with that dead 1,000-yard stare type deal. You have others that civilians, not in law enforcement, not in the emergency services, are in that category, who go their way to help those people. Those are the sheepdogs. Even if it's a danger, it puts them in danger. I would think myself, if I ever come across a situation, I would be ready to do that. I mean, I've come across situations when I lived in Toronto, actually in Malton, by the airport. I was working at Air Canada at the time. I was actually coming home I was actually about to head off to a meeting one night. I was to do something one night, and there's a person on the ground, but there's already a few people around. Emergency service has already been contacted, and they're en route. I basically said, you know what? Uh, it was some type of kind of seizure. A person that was epileptic, and he had a seizure at the corner there, at where there's a gas station, and the bus terminal was there to get to the terminal for that area. One of the main terminals for the system. So I mean, me having said, you know what? I went into the store. I did what it was taken care of already. So I was happy to see somebody was actually taking care of the situation. So my thought was, you know what? What can I do? What can I do to help them out? So I went to the store and I bought a bottle of water for them. It was summer. It was actually quite a warm day out. I just actually got home. I had to go to a meeting for a training seminar that night. So it was a couple hours. So I was going home later, but early morning. It was a Friday night, so I had to do that. Yeah, Dustin schedule work there, uh, but I got situations like, you know what? I stayed there until EMS. So I have a little bit of first aid training. So I kind of stood back and actually, boom. I'm not going to be okay. I have the belief that more than one person, sometimes situations like this, stand back. If you're trained, stand, and there's already people there. If it's just one person, it's not good to overcrowd the person, the victim or whatever. In this case, it was a health emergency. It was medical emergency brought on by whatever reason. But yeah, so I mean, situations like that. The person, I think, was his person's brother or whatever, cousin or whatever. I forget now. It was that is actually overseas. This is 2011, 2012 now actually. This was 2000 what 2006 this happened. So yeah, it's almost 6 years, 5 6 years ago this happened, and I still remember the day, the scene, and it wasn't trauma, like I said, but it still. Plus, I have one of those memories that I can remember details from years ago, so it's kind of funny. I don't forget much. I don't forget much important facts or useless stuff, but important stuff I generally will. I remember, but I'll still say if it's not to me, it's not important. I'll say not worth it remembering. Um, yeah. So I mean, going back to the sheepdog, wolves. People say criminals are the wolves and politicians are the wolves. I say no. I mean, but in Canada right now we have a pretty decent government. I have to say we have a decent government. We don't have the best government Canada's ever had, in my opinion, but we have a pretty decent government. Trudeau, oh, don't be started Pierre Elliott Trudeau. Don't get me started on Pierre Elliott Trudeau. This book proved a lot of my theories of Pierre Elliott Trudeau and the Liberals. Sorry to say, they're a bunch of bonehead idiots when it comes to law and justice. Um, uh, a cop killer. I forget his name now. Let's see. A sergeant from, I think, Collingwood, I believe it was, back in '78. Oh, that's Olympics. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Uh, the sergeant from police unit in Collingwood or around that area was killed. Sergeant McKean and 7 was shocking blast by an escaped at-large inmate from a facility elsewhere in the province with a sawed-off shotgun. Hmm. Well, the guy basically had 25 years without parole. Well, there's a little snag in that issue there, guys. Something called the faint hope clause, which has thankfully been closed. The loophole has been closed by Stephen Harper, and his Conservative government prior to the May 2nd election. So, a win for the good guys, and a loss for the bad guys. So, I don't know how to say this. That one battle's done. He got out. Boom. Other ones, cases where I think the state was like 1,000 inmates or parolees or day parole people who are on the run, where the police services do not know their locations. They're wanted. This book is from 2011. Actually, it's a signed copy of it. Oh, let's see. Yeah, 2011. So, the facts in there, it's 5,000 overall for federal, 800 for OPP, provincial. That's just a shame. I mean, you're sentenced to 25 years, you should do 25 years. Now, the point he made is right now they're served at the same time. If they have multiple life sentences, they should be they serve them at the same time. But he states, I agree, if you get multiple, you go, one sentence starts, ends, another one begins, the next one begins. In the case of Rob McKean, Sergeant McKean, his killer basically was released a year early, at 24 years, I believe. Don't hold me to that fact. I read the book last night. I read that part last night. But what it states, and but he got time off because he was sentenced from another sentence. So he technically should have still been in jail. To me, he should be in jail till he's old, gray, and in a box. People know me. No, I'm very strong. You kill a cop, you go behind bars the rest of your life. That's what life should mean. Not 25 years, not 15 years, but life. Say you're 20, so yeah, it's 60 years. You're going to be behind bars for 60, 70 years. At the very least. At the max. Until you die. Okay? Till you're old and gray. I don't believe in rehabilitation. I don't think it works in all cases. I don't believe it works. He even states in his book, criminals are con artists. They will talk their way out of anything and everything. So I don't really know what to say about that. I'm running out of time here, but I'm gonna leave it on this. But criminals are going to talk away out of crime, and people who say the Conservative government of Canada right now is criminal, they don't really know what a criminal is. They coddle criminals. You want to throw the book at them. Well, I see, because they're doing what you guys don't want to do. They're doing what's right for the country. Sorry you can't understand that or grasp that. Remember, this is my personal page. My opinions come on this page, on this channel. So this is not opinion of anybody else. This is what I read in situations. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Have a great New Year's. And I recommend trying to find a copy of this book. Thank you and have a great day. Bye.